What's up? This video, it's going to be about how to go about living your life to the fullest. If you feel like you're not living up to your fullest potential, then this video is going to talk about that and things you need to know about and things you can be doing every day that can help you live up to your full potential. Many times in this day and age of endless distractions, technology, demands, commitments, it can be hard to even make time for yourself, to work towards fulfilling your purpose, accomplishing your dreams, and sometimes it's really hard to find your dream, to figure out what your dream is. And once you figure out what your dream is, sticking with it. How long do you stick with a dream if it's not working out? And what do you do once you fulfill that dream? Do you just move on and find a new dream or purpose in your life? What is the blueprint to happiness, and how do you live your life to the fullest? Lately, I've just been happier than I've ever been in my life, and I just wanted to share some ideas that have really been helping me to get to that point in case that it may help others live their lives to the fullest and have less regrets at the end of their lives. In our lives, we go through so many phases of what's important to us, what matters to us now versus what matters to us then or in the future. And I'd recommend looking inward and asking yourself who you want to become and what would really make you feel fulfilled in your life. What would happen in your life in order for you to look back on it and say, wow, I lived such an incredible life. Unfulfillment is a big issue with a majority of people today. Everybody nowadays is in this rat race, punching in and out 9 to 5 every day, every week, every month is the same. Earn more money, spend it. Earn more money, spend it. The process repeats, and people are increasingly unhappy. You may find yourself in a state of unfulfilledness. At least a great deal of people do, and that's because all of this stuff, materialism, distraction, gets dumped on us. And it keeps us from fulfilling our potential, our real power, our ability to change things. Hopefully there's some ideas here that you can take away from this video that you can use to realize your full potential and your true greatness. First of all, I know this is a cliche, but be yourself. Don't lose yourself trying to make other people happy and trying to fit in. There's only one of you in the world, and there will never be again. You can't please everybody. You'll never make everybody happy. Find out who you are and hold on to that. Don't just be normal. I swear there's like this competition nowadays to see who can be the most normal. Don't be normal. That's fucking boring. Don't be afraid to be a little bit weird and stand up for what you believe in. What's the worst that could happen if you start being yourself? Maybe some people in your life won't want to hang around you anymore. Good. They were most likely never your real friends to begin with. It makes sense that we're all afraid to some extent to stand out and be a little bit different due to the thousands of years of evolution and our survival programming from when we were all part of tribes and we lived in caves, and you wouldn't do anything to stand out or be weird because then you might get kicked out of the tribe and you'd have to leave your cave and go find a new cave. And it was dangerous. You'd probably get eaten by a saber-toothed tiger while you were looking for a new tribe or cave. So it makes sense why it's hard to be ourselves, but we no longer have to be a part of a tribe for protection and live in a cave to survive. So choose to be yourself, choose to stand out and be different. It takes a lot of courage to be yourself and take the path that goes against the crowd, and you'll have so much fun and feel so much better about yourself if you do. Next up is travel. Travel when you're young. And while it may go against the general thought in most circles, I'd say in most cases, travel when you're young, have fun as often as you can, and live for the now, and don't get obsessed with retiring rich. In your early 20s, if you can, spend as much time as possible traveling, playing music, surfing, skating, doing whatever you love. You're going to figure out what you love and you're going to have an amazing time. Even if you're putting no cash away at all at that point, it's okay. Once you're older, it doesn't take too long to pay your mortgage off if you know how to handle your finances properly, which means spending less than you earn and staying out of debt. If you can do that, later on you'll need little to live on, as most people's interests are cheap or free. I mean, unless you've got those desires like buying a Ferrari or taking a $10,000 cruise every month, most people, if they got a chance to travel earlier in their life, then later they wouldn't need to travel as much and would rather be at home working on their hobbies or their business or in the local bar hanging out with our friends. So yes, do a lot of traveling when you're young. Live it up. I don't know how many elderly people that I've spoken to that tell me that they wish they would have traveled more when they were young. Now they're much older and they can't get around as easily. If they're sightseeing in some amazing country with a scenic viewpoint and you have to take a bunch of stairs to get up to the overlook, well, a lot of times they can't get up there. They get as close as they can to the top, but they can't make it all the way up there. They have to stop and turn back around. They don't have the energy, stamina, the mobility anymore. I see this all the time when I'm out on hikes. There's quite a few elderly people that just can't make it all the way to the tops to see the view. So travel a lot when you're young if you can. Next and most important is figure out what your purpose is, and hopefully you know what your purpose is, or you got some indicator of that, or learn about yourself while you are traveling and seeing what is out there. Figuring out things you love and interest you, something that you enjoy doing and you feel would benefit the world by doing it. Figure out what that is, find that purpose, and figure out how to monetize it. That is going to give you an incredible amount of joy. By doing what you love and making money while doing it, it won't feel like a job at all. And when you know what your purpose is, what is going to make you incredibly happy is it's working on that purpose, consistently giving your best and focusing on progress and improving yourself, setting and working on your long-term goals, your dreams, the things that are most important to you. Always keep those in sight and never give up no matter what anyone tells you. Before you have a family, of course. These goals or dreams come first, period. There's going to be some people in your life who will try to get you to give up on your dreams and goals. They'll do their best to tell you that you can't achieve them. It's out of your reach. Who do you think you are to try to accomplish that goal? You're selfish to want that. All this stupid shit people will say to you. And it's really dumb because anything is possible and they should be trying to pump you up. They should have your back. Instead, or most likely, they probably gave up on their dreams and goals a long time ago. And what happens if you achieve your dreams and goals? It makes them look like failures. So just ignore those people or kick them out of your life. Life is short and you can achieve what dream you want to. That's why I like listening to personal development programs or reading self-improvement books, because they're incredibly empowering. Instead of saying, you can't do this, you can't do that, they're saying, yes, you can do that and you will. Okay? So set goals for yourself and schedule events for yourself. Stay focused and work on your dreams and goals every day. No matter how big or small, just do something every single day. Take that next step, even if it's a baby step. You know who you want to be in 5 years. Do something towards that. Doesn't have to be much. Read a chapter, write a paragraph, practice a dance or an instrument for an hour a day, whatever it is. It should be something that you, 5 years from now, needs to be successful. One step at a time. Maybe you take the steps, maybe you take a risk, and maybe you end up with rejection or failure, but you will learn the next step in the path. It will appear, but you are going to learn from those experiences and you will get stronger. You'll get stronger and you'll be making progress, and progress equals happiness. Always be learning and growing. You will be happy and successful, I have no doubt. Fulfilling a lifelong dream is a feeling unlike any other. Successful people who have achieved long-term goals, their dreams, they don't have regrets. They went for it and succeeded. Even if they didn't succeed, at least they can look back and know they went for it and gave it their all. You don't want to be at a point where here you are on your deathbed, tubes all going into you saying, I wish I would have done something great. Blech. Don't leave this world being just a normal schmo. Leave this world with something great or better because you were a part of it. Do something amazing so they'll say, hey, that's that crazy guy that did this. We're all going to be better than average schmoes and schmoettes. And that first starts with you deciding that you're going to kick your ass in gear. Take some risks, take action, don't have regrets. Could've, should've, would've. Cornell University had a study and they asked senior citizens if they had any regrets about their lives. Overwhelmingly, people most regretted the risks they didn't take. It was the things that they always wanted to do and didn't do that haunted them, not the risks that they took. If you want to read something to give you some perspective on dying with regrets, read the article Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. It's a sad article to read. Number 1 is, I wish I would have had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Under that it says, this was the most common regret of all. When people realize that their life is almost over and look back clearly on it, it is easy to see how many dreams have gone unfulfilled. Most people had not honored even a half of their dreams and had to die knowing that it was due to choices they had made or not made. Health brings a freedom very few realize until they no longer have it. So stay true to yourself and don't give up on your dreams. You can do it. And if you're having trouble figuring out what your purpose is, then think about and figure out what you think would give your life meaning. What would be exciting to you? This is very important. You need to think about this. If you don't identify what gives your life meaning, you'll never be fulfilled. You could identify what are your gifts and talents. What if you're really talented at baseball and you could throw a 102 mile per hour fastball? Then you have an obligation to respect that talent, to be grateful for them. Handle them with respect and honor. You owe that respect to yourself and to your destiny. Another way is to ask yourself, what is a fun and interesting life? What would be fun and interesting? What would be a fun and interesting life to me? If you have to choose between two different directions, which one is going to be the most fun and interesting? Trust that system. That system will work really, really well for you. Trust your passion and trust what interests you. Follow your passion. You'll know when you are on the right track, when you are passionate about what you're doing. If you're getting up and dreading going to do what it is you're going to do, that is 100% not a passion. When you are doing what you absolutely 100% love, your passion, no matter what that is, when you wake up in the morning and that's what you want to do all day and want to do all the time, like you love that shit. When you find that thing and your whole life force goes into that, and if it's in the benefit of all beings that you do that and are awesome at it, then I can tell you that the universe will massively support you and you will always find enough to get by doing that always. That's how it works. Do things that you're passionate about and make you happy. And while you're working on your passions and your purpose, ask yourself these questions. What is success to me? What do I need to do to consider myself successful? What makes me happy? What is it that makes me the happiest that I've ever been? How much money do I need to make to be happy with that and consider myself successful? Also, is there something that I needed to learn in this lifetime? Something that I haven't got right in my past lifetimes that I've been trying to get right? What can I get right this time around? What are those things? What can I do to make this world a better place? What baggage and limiting beliefs or grudges have I been holding on to that I need to let go of so I can move forward and reach my full potential? Also, what do I want to achieve in 10 years? If I plan the rest of my life out right now, what could I do that would make it a great and fulfilling life? What does my ideal life look like? What do I want to accomplish by the end of my life? What is my biggest goal in life? And is there something that I could start doing today and every day from here on out that could lead me to achieving that goal in only 1 year? What would be the most fun and interesting thing to do with my life? Asking yourself questions like these can help you get clear. They can help you let go and move on from dead weight. They can really help you to get focused on those things that are really important to you and can help you lead you towards living your life to the fullest. Smile. Remember to smile. Smile whenever you can. Smile all the time. It's awesome. First thing in the morning, smile. Even before you get out of bed, smile. There's been studies done that just the simple act of smiling can change the way you feel. It can greatly improve your mood and reduce stress. Just smile. Next, remember to slow down once in a while and enjoy the journey. Have fun. Do things that make you happy. Make life a game. Constantly work at making yourself laugh and have fun while you're improving yourself. Enjoy the process of pushing yourself and improving yourself, and take note of your accomplishments and take some time out to celebrate each one of your accomplishments. There should be a reward for each new plateau you cross. And while you're on your journey, there's going to be some serious ups and downs, so you need patience. Learn to be patient. Success or achieving your dreams or goals is usually going to take some time. I really struggle with this at times, from trying to overachieve in too little time. I'm so impatient that I want to accomplish all these time-intensive feats in minimal time, and I need to learn to be patient. To set goals I can meet and celebrate on. To slow down and be satisfied with what I have at certain points as well. In short, I need to learn to be patient and be happy with any accomplishments or successes, even if they're only small successes. What's the point of becoming a successful man or woman if you're never satisfied and never happy? I should calm down and enjoy the journey. After all, the journey is all that matters. I know that's a cliche. But the end doesn't bring you happiness, and the journey won't either unless you slow down and embrace the experience. Next, break out of your comfort zone. Make sure you push yourself to try new things, new hobbies. Once you have a decent job and your finances handled, you could go get a nice motorcycle and go explore your local roads, ghost towns, sites, new restaurants. Get out there. Every weekend could be a new adventure. I like to play and write music and go watch bands play. There's a ton of cool shit you can do. Collect electric guitars, play drums, go to a shooting range, get engrossed in a great book, read some classic literature, learn and get into 3D printing, build your own home theater, complete with blackout blinds, and just watch low-budget horror movies and make popcorn. You can restore an old knife, you can buy an Xbox and see how long you can go without sleep. You can go swimming in the ocean daily if that's an option for you. Eat bacon sandwiches, drink single malts, watch James Bond movies, kung fu movies. You can learn to cook, thank you YouTube. I enjoy songwriting, music production, business creation, beer, coffee, reading books. Do and learn new things. It can only help you grow and better yourself. Next, avoid attachment. Your possessions and your relations are the two biggest sources of attachment that utterly do most people in and leave them crushed by life. Minimize your possessions and your relations and take away their power over you. Do your best to not become too attached to people or material possessions. Forget about keeping up with the Joneses. We live in a society now where everybody is just trying to one-up everybody. Everybody is just trying to outshine everybody. And that's a path that leads to nowhere. Forget about keeping up with the Joneses. That's a loser's game. That will keep you broke. That will keep you working until you're 100 years old. Get over that mindset. Once you get over that mindset, things will start taking off for you. The people getting all the jewelry, the mansions, the huge boats, whatever they buy, there's going to come a point in time where you realize that game that everybody's playing is just a bunch of BS. There's no need for you to try to go out and outshine somebody. I know that the only person I need to be competing with is myself. The only person you're competing with is yourself. The only person that I need to be better than is the person I was yesterday, is the person I was last year. Once you get over that mindset, you will feel a tremendous sense of freedom. Freedom to live for you and to be yourself. And avoid attachment to people, because some people just aren't meant to be in your life forever. They're just there temporarily, and if you end up being alone at some point, you need to be okay with that. Be okay with being alone. Master that ability. You should be able to be by yourself and have a great time just being by yourself. Make you your very best friend. You are the most important person in your life. Next, learn about money and finance. How do we be successful and have money and be able to do whatever we want in our lives? I think it's really important for any man and woman, anybody out there really, who just wants to have a good time, because if you're broke, you're not going to have as much fun. You're not going to be able to experience as much. You're not going to have as much freedom. We all want freedom. We want freedom to do what we want to do with the people that we love and to do all the things that excite us. So that's extremely important, to get your finances handled so you can have the freedom and the time to do whatever you want, whenever you want, and clear your debt. Check out Dave Ramsey and his plan for accumulating wealth. I highly, highly recommend it. Getting rid of debt is step 2 in his process, behind step 1, which is saving $1,000 to have on hand as an emergency fund. Do this first, of course, because emergencies can show up at any time and you need to be prepared for that. Really check out all his steps, but step 2, man, just get rid of your debt. He calls it the debt snowball. If you have a bunch of credit cards, pay off the smallest one first. You must pay this one off first, and don't even make the argument that your credit card with the biggest amount of debt has the highest interest rate, so that's your biggest worry. It doesn't matter. You need to pay them off from smallest to biggest so that you stay motivated in getting rid of debt. When you see that you're knocking off those credit cards, you're getting rid of them, and you'll feel excited like it's possible to get rid of your debt. Get rid of the smallest ones first, and every one you get rid of will give you this boost of cash flow and at the same time make you feel great. In this video, I'm not going to get into 401s and IRAs and stocks, but these are crucial to your early retirement. You need to learn about these and passive income, wealth creation, and getting your finances in order. And I will be covering these and going into great depth in a future video, so be on the lookout for that in the future. Now, money is huge, but don't just think money is going to give you a fulfilled life. Money is only energy. What money gives you is freedom and time. You're free and you have the time to do whatever you want. Time is really the most important thing because you can always get more money, but you have a limited amount of time. Money just buys you freedom and time to do as you choose and gives you lots of options, which is real wealth. And keep track of what you spend your time on. Make the most of your time. I've always had a problem with how life is short and I can't get all what I want done fast enough to have enough spare time. In those periods of time while I was meditating, I asked myself questions like, what's the most important use of my time right now? What's really important to me? And what do I want from life? And is this the best use of my time right now? And is there anything that can push me towards what I want? Those questions help me to clear my mind and manage my time so I could get more things done during my days. And pay attention to this time sucker. How much time do you spend checking your email a day or on social media? It can take up so much time and it's not really adding any value to your life. They now have apps out that can track the amount of time that you spend on social media. And when you look at those results, prepare to be shocked. Usually you think you spend just a few minutes here or a few minutes there checking Facebook or Instagram, but when you have an app that counts how many minutes you're on those and tells you at the end of the week, it's unreal. You'll really see how much time social media sucks out of your life. So be aware of how much time you're spending on social and just be aware of where your time goes so you can allocate it to being used in the right ways. Ways that improve the quality of your life and others' lives. And really think about what you spend money on. A great technique to try is to make yourself write down the things that you want to buy on a notepad and make yourself wait a week before you actually allow yourself to buy them, because you're going to find that you don't even need those things and you'll forget all about them. You can go out and buy all kinds of shit and be a consumer for frivolous reasons, or you can be a consumer to actually better yourself in some way. I recommend spending money and to spend your time in ways that involve experiences. I mean, I'd rather go on a vacation than buy a new living room set. And I'd rather spend an hour or two preparing healthy meals and working out or going for a hike or reading something interesting than shopping in IKEA. The best things in life really are free. We forget that because people are very materialistic. They forget just how to enjoy simple things because all their lives people shove down their throats that they need something. Check out Brian Tracy. He is like the time management master, and read his book, Eat That Frog. Excellent, excellent book. Save your money. If you're able to save up more money, then you're able to invest more money and potentially be a person who has enough money invested that you don't even need to work if you don't want to. You just live off your dividends for the rest of your life. There are many people out there and their main income does indeed come from stocks and they're basically retired. Next is gratitude. It is very important to feel and practice gratitude. It is the single best way besides exercise to boost your mood and realize you already have a good life. The reason why practicing gratitude is so important is because it allows us to celebrate the present moment, to embrace the present moment. And it magnifies your positive emotions and makes you feel content. Content with where you are, who you are, what you have. It takes away that need to always have bigger and better things and reduces stress big time. Practicing gratitude and appreciation can be the single best thing you do every day that will increase your levels of happiness, and they'll carry over into all areas of your life. Start a gratitude journal. Every day write 10 things that you are grateful for. It will totally transform your life. Okay, now I'm going to start covering these a bit faster, otherwise this video is probably going to be an hour long. Next is fitness. Focus on your fitness and health. Get your health and fitness in order. Shaping up your diet will help you drop any unwanted weight. Once you drop that weight, you'll have so much more energy. Swap that burger for some chicken and rice every once in a while. Skip the soda, or even save having them for special events. Baby steps. But eat good food, whole foods, fibers, nutrients. You can mix with that what you want so you don't get bored, but you've got to have the nutrients your body needs. When your body has the tools it needs to fight the toxins, it wins. But your body, make it better. Doesn't matter how, eat better today, exercise, get out hiking, hit the gym, scientifically proven to release endorphins and get you high. Better your body in one way each day. Even a small amount of exercise can increase your willpower and energy. You can start small, literally do anything, and build on it slowly. I'd recommend to do something that you can do every day while you develop the habit. Once you develop the habit, you can increase the intensity and add rest days. Fitness and exercise will help you develop willpower. Willpower is essential to being a successful person and living up to your fullest potential. I've read maybe a dozen books on increasing willpower, and this one is the best in my opinion. It's called The Willpower Instinct. Check it out. And yes, doing things that require willpower will help you develop willpower. Willpower is like a muscle, and if you train it, it will get stronger. And take up some sports, jogging, basketball, football, tennis, swimming, whatever, to keep you moving, young, and fresh. And doing that will help you create new friendships, and new friends are always awesome. Exercise is going to improve your life and your mood and energize you so you aren't fatigued at the end of the day at 7 o'clock when you promised yourself you would do that thing that you know you need to do, and instead of shrugging it off, you will have exercised earlier and still have enough focus and energy to push through and do that thing that you know you need to do that will improve the quality of your life. Now, meditation. Meditation is great because it will help you become still and take stock of your life's direction, and it will help you find answers. When life is loud and fast and non-stop, filled with demands and distractions, it's easy to slide into the next month, next year, and even a decade being someone you're not sure about. So take some time out to sit with how you're feeling. Are you happy, healthy, enthusiastic about life, or are you ill, moody, or depressed? When you know how you are, you'll know how best to proceed. You don't have to figure out all the answers the first time you meditate, but the more you slow down and pay attention to how you're feeling, the more authentic your life and your relationships will become. Even a simple breathing meditation for 15 minutes will help you increase your willpower. Don't worry if your mind wanders or if you have racing thoughts the entire time. Meditation still has a benefit as long as you focus on your breathing and remain still. You will get better at it over time, and it will reduce your stress, and it will make you feel amazing, trust me. This is just personal experience, but I don't gain any extra willpower benefit when meditating over 60 minutes. To me, anything less than 10 minutes doesn't have enough of a benefit. I do at least 15 minutes of meditation now every day. Meditation will help you get centered. You'll be more balanced. When you are emotionally in a place of balance, you don't go looking for a fight. Then somehow all the negative people and problems just aren't around. Sounds crazy, but this is really what happens. Next is to remember to think positive thoughts whenever you can. Whether you are aware of this or not, everything is energy. Your thoughts are energy. So every thought you think gets sent out to the universe. Whether you are aware of this or not, every thought you think will arrive there. There's a ton of people who are not aware of this, and that is why they are struggling through life, because they have no idea how energy works. Learn about the law of attraction and use it to your advantage. If you don't know anything about it, or if you think it's this nutty mumbo jumbo stuff, that's fine. That's what I thought in the beginning. It wasn't until I learned from people that I admired and respected that I started noticing that they all talked about the law of attraction and were using it. That's when I started to take it seriously and learn about it. Please study it. In general, think positive thoughts and stay positive. Start seeing yourself in a more positive way. Your biggest obstacle in life is your own self-limiting beliefs. Work to rewrite your limiting beliefs with more positive, beneficial beliefs through affirmations. Beliefs are what create our reality. They influence your behavior. Our personal beliefs play a huge role in how we view our own lives and the world around us. It's very important that you instill as many positive beliefs in yourself as possible. Now, this is very important to remember, but learn all about the law of attraction and apply its principles to your life. Lastly, work hard when you can and always try and work smarter. Always do your best. Life is going to beat you down sometimes, but just remember that it's how you react to it that will define you. You've got to let things go and look at the bright side of things, even though it's hard sometimes. Life gets hard, but you can overcome. It takes work and time, but life can get better. Work hard, but do not work 7 days a week, 20 hours a day. It's not sustainable. All you're going to do is work yourself into an early grave. All that money you make won't be any good to you if your health fails from exhaustion and you never recharge your batteries and then you just end up dead, right? Can't do anything with all that money you worked so hard to earn. So work hard, but take at least one full day off during the week where you do not do any work at all. And as you're working hard on the other days, as you're working on your purpose, you're going to have to sacrifice some of your youth with hard work. You can't go out and party hard every night, and there's going to be times where you'll feel like you're missing out on things, but the 3 or 4 years of heavily invested working time, building your business, gaining skills, is going to free up decades down the road of your future life. Lastly, see if you can find a mentor if you don't have one already. Someone who has done exactly what you want to do. Someone who's already learned everything that you want to learn. See if you can help in some way. Help add some value to their life so that they can give you a super head start in fulfilling your potential and doing what you want to do. They've already done that. They can give you the super cheat sheet, the blueprint to doing exactly what you want to do and doing it much quicker and with less obstacles getting in your way. See if you can take them out to lunch. Ask them questions. Ask them how you can achieve what you want to achieve faster. Ask them for the exact steps that you need to take so that you can reach your ultimate destination much quicker than if you were just going at it on your own and you had to learn it all on your own. Learning a bunch of lessons that you could just bypass by getting advice from an expert. In my experience, if you are able to add value to these people, to help them out in some way, they're usually more than willing to help you out in return, and the advice that a mentor can give you is priceless, extremely valuable. So always be on the lookout for a mentor. Now, here are some things to avoid that can really waste your life away. Get rid of people that suck your energy. Get rid of negative people in your life. Ask yourself this question about the people who are in your life. Do you feel energized or drained? This is an excellent indicator as to whether or not to keep him or her in your life. There's people that I used to be friends with, people that I used to work with and hang around with, and one day we met up and we were having some beers and I started observing the vibration that was being put out. I started observing everything we were talking about, and guys were talking about their current situations. Guys were talking negatively about their latest jobs. And one thing I noticed, there was a slave mentality in that room. Everybody was in there talking about how bad their boss was, how many hours they're working, how bad their life is. And I started to think, hey, if I'm hanging around with these guys, I must be in the same situation. So one thing you gotta learn is to cut loose those type of people. You gotta cut them out. Any type of people that don't have the same path, the same goals that you have to cut them off, because what's going to happen is you're going to become like these people that you're hanging around. If you're surrounding yourself with people who don't want to focus like you, they're going to be holding you down. So one thing you got to do is surround yourself with solid friends and solid people. Remember that you're the average of the 5 people you hang around with the most. And if they're all bozos, you're just going to be the 6th bozo. So be aware of that. Place yourself around people who build you up and cheer you on. Don't ever let people break you down or stand in your way. I have talked to a lot of people that have had negative people in their lives, and they say that once they started distancing themselves more and more from those toxic people, they all felt so much better, and this was my experience as well. Next is stop watching TV. My advice is to block the news. Is that negative energy helping you to improve your life in any way? Is it helping you gain freedom and wealth? Is it helping you live the life you want to live? Block the negativity, because once you do so, you can clearly see the path you need to travel in life, and then take the first steps. And learn how to not give a fuck. Simply not giving a fuck about anyone or anything was the best decision I ever made. It's like wearing some super indestructible armor because nobody can touch you or break you. Getting attached to life's outcomes and setting expectations for others to meet is a one-way ticket to disappointment, frustration, and desperation. It's not giving a fuck and not putting expectations on people and not being outcome dependent that's important. Once you realize that you are responsible for your emotions and your own happiness, it's easy to simply walk away from anything. You can only control what you do, not someone else. Also realize you have a limited time on this planet. That should be an eye-opener that you should not waste your precious time on shit that does not improve your life. As you progress through life, remember that usually the greatest opposition that we have to anything that we want to accomplish is ourselves. You will be constantly pushing to get past your own limits and fears and pushing through your self-imposed boundaries. And it's not always easy, but don't get dispirited. No matter what happens, find the opportunities behind any failure or obstacle. Be the person you wish you were. This starts with forgiving yourself for how you are today. Don't pretend like you're already perfect. Accept how you were. Identify what made you that way. This will allow you to change, to work on yourself. Do you want to know how to be the person you wish you were? Just do it. Don't make excuses. You are the only limit in this regard. And don't fear failing. You're going to fail. There are no mistakes. There are only opportunities to learn. Everything you do wrong, you learn what not to do. Everything you do right, you learn how to keep doing the right thing. Set goals for yourself and reach them. You don't need anybody to tell you that you're doing a good job. That's giving your power away and hoping they return it. That's being dependent on someone else. Instead, break it down. Set small goals for yourself and achieve them. Be proud of yourself for reaching them and move the post forward each time. Be happy that you are able to overcome yourself. Just be happy. It's on you, nobody else. Don't sit around waiting for something to happen that pushes you along. Don't sit around waiting for a signal that it's time to start doing it, to start working on yourself, to start setting and achieving your goals. Don't expect a savior to show up out of the blue. Nobody is coming to save you, but that's okay. You can save yourself. And every once in a while, take a step back, slow down at every stage to reflect on how far you've come from where you started. Take note of all the great things you've done and accomplished. No matter where you stand now in your life, just having made it to this point is an accomplishment and is testament to how capable you are to push it that much farther. Use everything, your knowledge, your experiences, use everything you have to leverage yourself beyond it. Ultimately, failure or success come down to a choice, and it takes a lot of courage and self-awareness to stand up for what matters and craft our own destiny. Final thoughts, as you move through life, remember that the only person you really are competing with is yourself. Work on yourself every day if you can. Work to make yourself a little better every day. Invest in yourself for the rest of your life. Invest in your passions and find new joys every day instead of waking up to old nightmares. Set standards for yourself. Don't ever settle with anything. Set a standard for your life and hold it, and then surpass it. Because ultimately, it's your life. No one else should be able to take away from you your happiness. If you have to make a change to be happy, to be able to live up to your fullest potential, do it. Be strong enough to make that change. You'd be amazed at how close people normally are to success when they give up. And in the end, we have no one to blame but ourselves for the outcome. This is the best time to be alive. You have a life expectancy of probably around 80 years, depending upon the country you live in, of course, but realize that 120 years ago, your life expectancy was cut in half to 40 years. That's it. We only get this one life, body, opportunity, jump on it. Experience everything and help enrich the experience of others. Experience things, identify what gives your life meaning, and do those things. Connect to and feel everything. That's the purpose of life. That's what life's all about. When you work hard, make sure you work hard to get to the point where you want to be, not where someone else wants you to be. I hope this video helps. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this and what you think one should do to live up to their fullest potential. Lots of love to you, and thanks for watching.